Can't believe all my problems would have been solved if I'd just come back here. SMF and H. Story of my damn life. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna try to do this the safe and cautious way. It gets clobbered. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk. Everything works out. Remember when I was afraid of tourists? I do.
A reservoir? Or a portal?
A portal? To where exactly?
To Atlantis.
Tobias, oh my god.
Now, why didn't I think of that?
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to Pacific Drive. I have a few minutes here to hopefully get a run or two in. I'm still debating going to back to Sierram or not. I do kind of want to do just another easy junction run, because I feel better about doing one with perpetual stability, but like after doing that, but I still feel a little eh, so I think it may not be a bad idea. This may seem kind of dumb, and it probably is, but you know, we've been through a lot lately. Also, I do know that there has been some noise issues on my end, largely that you can hear other people doing things in my house. I should have a mic change that will help with that coming tomorrow, but I wanted to get this done so that I can, ow, again, possibly have it in the video for Friday. This is currently Tuesday, so we'll see. Although that video is pretty jam-packed, so there's also a chance this is going to be a choppy early run before we go back to Sierram. In whatever video that is, because I do want to go back to Sierram. Why is it telling me I don't have a battery jumper? I have a battery jumper right there. Yeah, the repair putty is not gonna happen. So, let's see what we've got. Wait, how bad is that panel? It'll be fine. Famous last freaking words. Alright. So that's Sierram. We've got another one up here. Just another damp forest right on the edge of the wall, it looks like. Kinda looks like trash, though. It looks like I may not have much of a choice regarding where to go. Because that was where we'd gone, and now it's got some sort of condition. Okay, so one of the things I also noticed was... Okay, so there it is, I think. That there is a time limit up in the top right. Which is probably where that clock is. On the, side there. And that's how long you have before the storm comes in. Okay. Atmospheric shifts are none. Anomaly density is okay. Radiation density is okay. Zone storm's okay. Okay. Alright. And we need 2 Clem for that, and for Sierram. Sierram's currently perpetual stability because it's a plotline mission. What's my time look like? You know what? I changed my mind. Screw it. We're going to Sierram. Okay. One last quick check here. Impact hammer, check. Crowbar, check. Probably won't need either of those. Healing kit, gonna just put that in my inventory. Along with some canned food. This other pry bar in here, just so I have it. Drop this steel plate. We have no repair putty, but you know what? It is what it is. We can grab these and just put them somewhere. You know what? Here, transfer trunk. They're all yours. Grab the road flare. I wish I could, like, middle mouse button and just organize these. I'm debating about timing because I know I have more logbook entries to read, but we may do that after this because of my limited amount of time right now, and it's probably kind of dumb to go do a story mission. Okay, so we also got a battery jumper here. When I have limited time, but you know what? Never said I was smart. That's my gas. Yeah, I wanted to fill that up. The other thing, it patched today. I was kind of annoyed because I was like, I was going to play and now I have to wait for it to patch. But apparently Cappy wasn't scannable, so I feel significantly better about having not scanned Cappy the first time we were here. So we are also going to try to scan Cappy now. Okay. I'm happy with where we are. I mean, not really. Not super happy with this panel or some of these other little parts, but just to be on the safe side. Also, I think I might have noticed the start of the quirk. Let's just actually, okay. I want to, it is the dome light. Okay, dome light switches on. No, because this would be the dome light. Switches on. So something is triggering the dome light. I'm pretty sure. Not sure what. Little car wash. Alright. We're full on gas, we're full on battery. We're out on repair putty. And, we're doing something dumb. Let's go. I love that it specifies unleaded fuel only. You know, because we can't afford to be picky. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm pretty nervous. Malfunctioning mess, angry abductors. Oh, shit, yeah, I'd rather go with the... this. Whatever malfunctioning mess means, I think I would definitely rather drive through there. So, I would stop, possibly, in this particular junction. But... this is what I get for having to film around having someone else living in my office as well. Because I can only really record when they're not here. Which I'll probably do more recording to get ahead on Thursday because I'm off work, but... like I said, I did want to jump in now. And this could be a mistake. We'll see. Okay, my lights are flickering. So that might be something when I turn. Oh, we gotta... right, left there. Or left, right, or whatever the hell they're called. Where am I going? Okay, all the way across the map. The anchors are both kind of out of the way. I don't know if I should grab them. I would assume Sierram's going to have... Okay. No. Did I, like, just wholesale manage to avoid them? I am off-road now. I think I may have just wholesale avoided the bunnies. I'm just trying to get through here, guys. We don't need... We can be friends. We can be friends. Okay, so something's going on with my headlights, too, so that might be it. My dome light's not on, though. It's when I turn. My lights flicker. And I'm assuming that's probably a quirk. See, now it's gonna stop happening because I mentioned it. See? So my lights turn off if I make a significant turn. Which isn't that bad of one. One of the other things I read, hey y'all. Oh, Christ. Okay. What was that? Okay, anyway. Got another one right there. Okay, so I'm thinking that might be it, and the dome light might have just been coincidental. Oh, crap. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, we're good. We're fine. Yeah, I think that might be it. Whenever I turn enough. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that malfunctioning mess is just, you've got a crap ton of bunnies. And these right-lefts, or left-rights, all over the place. That makes sense to me. We got radiation right here, so we're just going to... I mean, we're not leaving the car anyway. So... don't much matter, but... Okay, we are almost at the junction. Jeez. Whew. Almost didn't spot that guy. I mean, I'm fortunately following driving laws, so... wouldn't have hit him, but... Alright, so we'll try to diagnose that when we get back. Because that shouldn't be happening. My headlights should be in decent repair. None of them are messed up or anything like that, so... like... Alright. Let's do this. Okay, so I do want to scan Cappy. I'm hoping we'll be able to scan him from them, maybe. From a distance. And then after this, it'll probably be a couple of resource runs because I am out of, like, everything. Okay.
There's a whole lot standing between where we are and the deep zone. Like another wall, and the entire mid-zone, for starters. It's not as simple as driving there. We can't control the instability any more than we can control the weather. At the height of LIM R&D, thousands of us lived and worked here in the zone. So we built LIM stabilizers to make certain sectors and roads a little more predictable than others. It was the only way we could operate as a live research compound despite the instability. And yes, the same technology that destabilized the landscape in the first place. LIM technology was always a double-edged sword from the beginning. We're going to put those stabilizers to work and clear you a path. The old observation towers surrounding Sierram ought to have a map of the stabilizers in that sector. Mind swinging by and finding one?
I mean, yeah, but... Okay, so now I got abductors here. That looks like a tourist. Oh, balls. Yeah, okay. Why can't I just... That's what I want to know. Okay. So we got an anchor right there. We do know we have an abductor right down the hill, I think. So we're gonna want to be quick. Because we need two. Yeah. I'm only gonna stop if I see him. He's right there. Which means I'm gonna grab this and he is gonna come right over here. Can you close, please? Yeet. Okay. It pulled me out of drive, or out of park, okay. So we got the one anchor, we got the tower down here, there's another anchor down here, okay. I think that's gonna be our plan. Keep an eye on that. I mean, I know we've got perpetual stability until we open a gateway, but... Okay, I can't open her. This is our turn. Abductor. Just get his path real quick. He might try to snatch me. But I'm gonna do my best. There's good old Cappy. Yes, I know I'm driving with the lights off, and I'm really sorry. I'll put a brightness overlay on. I don't mind the flickering headlights when I turn, but it was starting to annoy me a little bit. Another abductor. How close are we? We're pretty close. Where you at? Let's see. New fear unlocked. Get grabbed by the abductor and yeeted into the... We should be right there, and I don't see... Oh, it's probably that. Okay, I'm gonna pull off here.
The towers are locked up tight, but you can tighten up security protocols all day, only for one disgruntled employee to program in his name for fun and mess it all up.
Anyway, the overload code is 4735. Find that stabilizer map and scan it for me.
Oh boy. I was assigned to clean these towers out every time the guards rotated. And things I saw.
Crap, what did she say?
Let's just say that keeping a watch on Sierram day in and day out did not make for a good time. I didn't envy those guards one bit.
Oh, okay, I don't have to remember. Thank God. Dyscalculia strikes again. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't find my car. Oh, gear to chemicals? Oh, like a gear, okay. Damn it. Okay, find the map and scan it. Find the map and scan it. Scan the map.
I got it. I'm overlaying the map with the available routes near you.
Okay.
There you go. Found 3 sector stabilizers that'll do the job. They're not too far, so I've added the location to your route. The access road will lead you straight there once you're ready.
It feels like one of those pictures where the eyes follow you. Could be doing something really stupid, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think I can get close enough. I feel like you would have to do it from the bridge. But on the bright side, I have a feeling Cappy is not done with us, nor are we done with Cappy, so... Okay, where's my car? There she is. Oh, that's my low pulse emitter. I forgot I had that. And I never put it... there, so that's gonna be left control. Okay, so they want us to leave. It's not really gonna put us too close to another anchor. But... you know what, actually, I'm gonna actually go check those buildings out because they look like they're all, ARDA towers. Oh, it would help if I turned the damn car on. And those sometimes have chemicals, so... yeah, and then we're gonna make a sharp turn. There's gonna be an abductor down there. Might have to pull the rearview mirror boy off. Oh gosh. I don't know, it just popped up behind me. We're just gonna try to outrun it. Put the lights on real quick. Okay. My hood took damage from something, I'm not sure what. Bunnies are still out here. We want to go this way. Another abductor. Yeah, this brighter nights thing really helped. Got some tourists. And these are the trailers. Ooh. Yeah, that one was on me. tourists. Just literally walked right by 2 of them without flinching. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. Oh, this is really dark. But you know what? I can fix that. Okay, I just want... Because the thing is, if I can find some chemicals in here... Yes! I think I've got glass. Which means I can make some repair putty. Yes. Okay. If you could stop that. Whatever's doing that. Definitely on this panel. Definitely on the back door. I think everything else is okay for now. I'm just gonna grab this impact hammer. Okay. ARDA did this, yep. No, you don't. I see what's in there. Okay, sometimes they have a crate. Make sure everything looks clear. You know, I don't regret turning my brightness all the way up because I couldn't see. We just have to hope tourists don't sneak up on us. Or something doesn't, like, snag my car. That would suck. Because I hear shit out there. But... oh, God bless. Okay. I need for this impact hammer. Convenience. Hand back. Crap. Okay. Make our way through the sea of tourists here. Keep that in hand. Okay. Nothing in there. This is definitely a good idea. This was a good step. Y'all have fun now. Okay, that's just the fence. You know what, though? We've got perpetual stability here. I don't really see a reason to not get at least some of these anchors. Like, I don't want to go all the way back for that one, but like this one down here, these over here. I don't think I can cross country over to the one that's right down there. You know what, actually, I'm gonna take advantage of the stability. I'm really hoping I have time. Because you never know. I do really need chemicals. Paint stripper. Okay. Okay. I was about to be like, he can have it. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. Should be scrapping stuff too, but I don't really want to stop. Mostly prioritizing hazmat containers. Okay. Okay, there's the can opener. Can't believe all my problems would have been solved if I'd just come back here. SMF and H. Story of my damn life. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna try to do this the safe and cautious way. It gets clobbered. Okay, I'm gonna take a risk. Everything works out. Okay, so that one's already been looted by something. Okay. It wasn't me, specifically. I don't know what's going on with this, bad boy. So, I think I'm just gonna leave all that alone. You can have it. I am gonna break this, though. No reason not to. Okay. Oh, there's another one over there. Okay. Did you turn it back on? Okay, that was fun and exciting. Okay, let's turn around and get back on the road. Real quick, I'm actually going to see what the terrain's like over here. Yeah. Okay, once this guy goes by, we are going to okay, maybe just grab that one down there. No, the one by the train tracks is really not that far. Kind of break that fence down. Casually, as one does. Okay, so I think I know the path we're going to take. We are going to loop down, go grab that anchor. Grab some gas. May as well. It's right here. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. That's not gonna help. Okay. I have a different plan. Yeah, I know you're like right behind me now. It's fine. Can you please not do that? While I am busy. I feel like I just heard something walking. Keeping my eye on her. Okay. Remember when I was afraid of tourists? I do. Only go across this bridge. Looks like that's all down. Things I should be more afraid of doing. Number 863. Okay, so once we grab that anchor, the little yeety bit is absolutely going to make our wreck our shit, so oh boy, that's gonna hurt. Okay, I don't think I can scan this. I didn't open the, I didn't do that. It wasn't me. Bye, guys. Mother of God. Okay. So the other one is up here. by the train tracks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I see it up there. Yeah, I cleared my inventory. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how much in the way of materials we've gotten. And I think this is the last anchor we'll need. My wipers just came on. Oh. Well. Okay. So now we have to figure out a way back up to the road, but we should be able to follow this little gully. And we are at 2 KLM. Klim, whatever. We just gotta watch these. Wait, hold on, what? What is that? Where are my wipers on? Oh, hell yeah. What mind if I do? Okay. So we've got the juice we need for a gateway, hopefully. I know she's routing us up to this junction. Don't try it. Ooh. That was a sharp turn. I don't know what that is. I think I might have managed to outrun him again, so... My battery's holding up okay, I think. I could have tried to go down and scan Cappy, but... I don't know what that was. Hey, high five, car. Okay. Let's skedaddle. Oh, it's because of the off-road tires. I'm like, the car's not driving as fast as I would expect. It's because the off-road tires, The house phone rings so much. Okay, so let's, adjust position. Wait for this to load.
The woods there can be a bit of a maze. If you get lost, follow the pipes. The limb tech and those stabilizers.
Once she's done, I
so
do have to
hot,
stop for
only more
1
limb tech
second.
could contain it from complete meltdown.
Okay, I'm back at least for now. So we need to link these stabilizers.
it's my turn to give you an explanation about the mass hallucination event that Tobias and Francis were going on about. But don't worry, I won't be nearly as long-winded.
Oh, thanks.
Because there honestly isn't much that we know about it. It happened on the morning of September 14th, 1961. My colleague, Dr. James Kay, was conducting experiments at a
Highly classified site in the Deep Zone. He was assisted by my husband, Dr. Alan Turner.
My
At
eyes just got
0400,
so
their
freaking
experiment
big.
unleashed a gamma ray surge that instantly killed both of them. The surge was an impossible amount of energy, orders of magnitude greater than any man-made source. It also triggered hallucinations in anyone awake within a 10-mile radius. It was a burst of widespread insanity, but only for a short moment.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So that, oh my god, who's calling? Honestly, about to start just pulling the phone off the hook if I'm recording. Like I said, hopefully we'll have that, a microphone cover that should help get rid of some of this background noise that I didn't realize would be a problem. Nothing says I can't terrain this, so we're just not gonna bother with that turn. Okay, we got some shocked tourists there. I don't know if the shocked ones move. I have to keep an eye on them. Okay. My brightness is up so high I couldn't tell if my lights were on or not. Okay, hold on. Okay. Now I don't know what this is gonna do to the local ecosystem.
You know, 30 seconds of hallucinations sure didn't feel short when I was free falling through outer space. Heck of a ride, though. Did you know the rings of Saturn sing?
I saw disembodied arms. Tons of them. They were grasping and crawling.
And, what about you, Oppie? What
Just
did you
gonna
see?
go continue up this
I saw
road, I
nothing.
think.
How is that possible? Everybody else saw something.
Must have passed me by. I don't know what to tell you.
I
were
feel
you
like
working in
she's
your
either
lab that night?
lying.
And weren't you supposed to be doing your research rather than keeping track of my whereabouts?
Okay. Wow. Touchy.
Okay, hold on. I just want to see whatever Francis just said because... How's that possible? Everybody else saw something. Must have passed me by. I don't know what to... But weren't you working in your lab that night? Weren't you supposed to be doing your research rather than keeping track of my whereabouts? Okay, so my hypothesis on that is that Oppie is lying. And I think... Oh, I have some thoughts. So... Okay.
Now that we know the remnants were connected to the mass hallucination, maybe we can figure out what caused it.
Oh boy, do I have theories.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Don't start. Dr. K and
Not gonna
Alan
test my
clearly
luck.
uncovered some new way of using limb to motivate that gamma ray burst.
Oh, yes, precisely. And where do gamma rays come from? But outer space.
Feet back on planet Earth, kid. There are plenty of terrestrial sources of gamma rays. Thunderstorms, for example.
No. You said it yourself. The energy levels from that night were Much greater than anything we've seen on Earth.
Sure, but going straight to aliens when there's countless perfectly scientific possibilities. Perhaps Dr. K and
Bull
Alan
bunny.
developed a limb-assisted mass particle collision. Or, heck, tapped into some sort of gamma ray reservoir.
A reservoir? Or a portal?
A portal. To where exactly?
To Atlantis.
Tobias, oh my
Now,
god.
why didn't I think of that? That's absolutely it.
Though actually that is... No, because they know what year it is. So it's not like... I do feel like I'm losing some of the effect with the lights all the way up. So it's not like... Hold on. I had not gotten out of my car yet. You know, there's a lot of bones in my body right now saying not to go into this frigging shipping container when I don't know what could come in behind me. Like someone was trying to mess around with this one. Oh my god, can she stop making noise? I'm so sorry about all the background noise. Again, I really did not expect it to be a problem. But here we are. Yes, I did scan that. Alright.
Hey, Oppie, you've never cared about any of the zone's stories and superstitions. So, why now? What's in this for you?
What I do is not and has never been any of your business.
You're asking us to trust you, so yes, it's our business now.
We're gonna
How
turn around and
about
go this way.
this? You two sign off and count orbs or whatever it is you like to do, and I'll get the driver to the mass hallucination source myself.
Excuse me?
No. Tobias found this remnant. This is his discovery.
Sure.
Yes.
And I'll send you a nice gift basket to mark the occasion. But
Academic
I won't let
infighting.
anyone interfere with this.
To hell with that! We either throw everything we can at this thing, or we lose this chance, and the answers to the mass hallucination are gone forever.
This isn't like one of your little Sasquatch hunts. I'm not letting you get your tinfoil pseudoscience anywhere near this. This is too damn important to me.
It sure didn't seem too important earlier when you messed up and nearly killed the driver.
You want to play that game? You really want to talk about our track records?
Screw you, Oppie.
I'd rather run this remnant into the ground than work with either of you.
Oh, forget it. We're wasting our breath with this old bat. There's gotta be another way.
She's out of her mind. I can't do this.
Look, if you want to waste your precious time picking apart bird droppings and squinting at constellations, by all means, follow their lead.
But we're better off without them. Trust me. I'll get you through no matter what. This really is my last chance.
Got some hot dust coming up. Okay. It probably would have been faster to just go around, but it seemed easier at the time. Okay, now we're getting some speed on these off-road tires. Okay. Just checking, we only need two. I'm hoping. Whoa. Is that a bollard? That's a bollard. That's the biggest damn bollard I've ever seen. Holy shit. Okay, well it seems like the zone here might, be starting to take offense to us being here. I need to go off here. Okay, headlights not great. Side panels not great. Got a left right coming up over there. But if that's... I'm not gonna finish that sentence because that is just gonna jinx us. Okay, so at least we know why Oppie suddenly invested. Makes sense. But why did we hear that? More shocked tourists. Why did we hear that when we went through Cappy? Was that the hallucination? So, okay. So it sounds like everybody sees something different in these mass hallucination events, which, I mean, we have a sample size of 2, so, like, that's not saying much. If that is, in fact, what we did experience, then... Sorry for the longest dryer alarm in history. So if that is what we did experience, we saw... Her husband is somehow, like, tied up in Cappy. I'm convinced of that. Like, I was convinced before we got that confirmation. But now I'm just, like, super mega convinced. What's up with you, buddy? You just damaged? Okay. Okay, impulse emitters, fine. It's more expensive. So, it's more worried about it. Okay. I have a feeling shit's gonna kind of go crazy.
All right, we're in business.
Stabilizers are coming online, and the way looks clear, but I'm also getting spikes. The stability in your region is tanking. Get out of there. Fast.
Yeah, okay. Okay, now I'm worried. Especially because it looks like the storm's starting up there. My adrenaline is like so freaking high right now. Oh wow, it is really closing in fast, holy shit. Okay, so we hit this road. We stay on the road. That should... fuck off. That should get us where we're going. I am fairly confident we can make it before we get stuck in the storm. A little worried because of these off-road tires, but that purple thing's back. But I think the gateway is close enough that we're going to well make it. We're going off-road. No, only for like 3 seconds, but... In we go. Yeah, fuck you, storm. Oops, sorry if you heard that. That was me cracking my shoulder. Alright. Whew.
Nice work, out there. The sector stabilizers are fully operational. You've got a straight shot toward the expansion wall. One more thing. You may want to consider armoring up a bit. Once you cross that wall, the mid-zone is another beast altogether.
Yeah, already considering it. Alright, I'm just gonna turn brightness back down. It did its job. I'm gonna leave it on 1 though, I think. Because I know that kind of looks weird in some of these settings, but... Alright, let's check our buddy. Not today's Satan sticker. Okay, yeah, that's gonna have to... I have to somehow store this. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna replace one of these stickers. I think it's gonna replace by. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Did I turn her off? Yes. I don't know, I feel like the remnant likes me. Now I'm not gonna fully repair up, because I have to do maintenance on my actual car. But... I want to go over here at least. See the headlights. Headlights. Switches off. Or toggles. On the steering wheel. No, okay. When the steering wheel stays turning, the headlights flicker. Yes. Bad guess. Okay, when it swerves hard, the headlights flicker. 2 of 4 correct. Forgot what the first one was. I'm trying to remember if it... No. 2 of 4 correct. Okay, so it's not the steering wheel. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that later. Alright, I'm gonna save and I'm gonna pop off. I don't think this is gonna be the end of an episode. If it is, I'll just record an outro. Peace out. Okay, so I actually figured out how I'm gonna end the Sierram video. We are going to come in because I need to, I have a bunch of log entries that I haven't read yet. So we're going to go into that. That's going to be some stuff from the abandoned drive. I think a lot of it's from the abandoned drive and some other stuff. Okay, so highways are a smoother, easier ride. That frightens me, because the one we went to was really not. Okay. I think oh no, this is the repair stop. Okay, so this is Francis again. This spring has been an absolute whirlwind of work, and I don't think we've ever been more in sync with the engineering teams. Our progress has been terrific, and this week we had our first visit from Dr. Ophelia Turner, so that's Oppie, who wanted to see some of our new designs for herself. And it was just as we'd perfected waveform, it was And it was just as we'd perfected waveform stability for the projected regenerative electromagnetic fields. Oh, okay. I know. I was trying to parse that sentence and it was not happening. The result was a lot of hairs raising on the back of necks, along with more than a few strengthened steel panels. We partially reconstituted several alloys at distances of up to 6 feet, which was even more than we had projected. The timing couldn't be better. Dr. Turner is without a doubt a brilliant scientist, and it felt so satisfying to be able to impress her in person with our applications of her own technology. I really hope our teams can work together on this more, because her insights into how we could achieve better projection and more stable waveforms already have me working on a redesign. So what happened to make these guys at each other's throats? Clearly, Tobias and Francis are still fine with each other, but obviously, as we got earlier in spectacular form, something really happened between them and Oppie. And I am super nosy, and I just want y'all to give me the tea, please. Okay, so this is the ARDA investigator, and that is the same... So that is the same symbol as the purple thing. Huh, okay. I think the reality of... So this is the truck that we found in last episode. I think the reality of so much work, even the work that is about our dreams and our ambitions, the kind of work we have put so much more of our time and energy into, is compromise. My hope was that we could create practical, reliable mobile laboratories to help us better do our jobs. With the zone increasingly unstable, increasingly changing, I thought it was a novel solution. We could analyze many of our findings on site. We could respond to changing conditions in a timely manner, relocating ourselves to study new weather behavior or anomalies the moment we heard about them. We could work in a safe, secure environment. But now we have this, slow, clumsy trucks that perform poorly off-road, that lack a dedicated laboratory space, that aren't even hermetically sealed. The lead shielding built into them is too thin. The equipment we've mounted is too old. Budget constraints and compromise mean we've created nothing more than a portable chemistry set. What's more, ARDA have named it the Investigator, like they chose the driest name they could think of. And all of this will have to do. Okay, so thermosap crystals, I think we've got 2 of them. We need a lot of those. So that's going to be a fun hunt. The dumpster pearl, I threw that into the recycler. I think that is probably on last week's episode. I'm still editing it. So, they just give you a boatload of resources. Okay, zone stabilizer. So this is what we just did with Sierram. This in the stabilizer map. Okay. It is reassuring to know we at least have some ability to temper this particularly demented flavor of meteorology that blights our atmosphere. The energy demands are truly monstrous, and the infrastructure we have had to construct and reconstruct is an engineering achievement in itself, but we have been successful. We have all but perfected the zone stabilizer. Perhaps now we will no longer be quite a subject to its whims. I believe that correctly activating stabilizers will not create gateways, though it will also precipitate dramatically dangerous zone storms. It is important that nobody uses or modifies these devices without explicit authorization. Fortunately, I do think we have that. Stabilizers, as if the zone could ever be contained. Not today, Satan Sticker. Shouldn't you be practicing the fiddle? Yeah, then these are just going through all the pride flags. Like, now, so, I kind of said it as a joke, but, I went to go look at the, these games are woke, spreadsheet, just, like, for laughs. And, they had Pacific Drive on there. And this was, gosh, not long after I started posting, so we might have been on, like, episode 2 or 3. And I'm like, how? I mean, I guess it's, it can't be about, like, science overextending its reach or something, because that's not really usually considered, like, woke, you know? And now it makes sense. So the decal section has all of the, or the, stickers have a bunch of pride flags. Yeah, like, that makes sense now, actually, I understand. And then, I think, a couple recordings later, I got that one, my favorite log entry so far, that has the, woman talking about, how she loves one of her coworkers who is also a woman. Alright, so we've got some stuff in here. We've got Anomaly Encounters 2 and 4. So 6 was the one about the giant centipede thing that I am sure, regrettably, we're going to find out what that is, but I really would prefer not to. Okay, number 2. I'm nervous saying this because people will say it was whales or dolphins or something, but it isn't like that. This thing is like a kind of submarine, sleek, thin. This dull light blue color that blends with the water. It looks metallic, but it bends like a worm. It used to stalk us out there, bumping the hull, over and over, and then one night I saw it turn west, just under the water, barely disturbing the surface, and it shot away fast as a torpedo. It's out there somewhere, at sea. So it sounds like the zone might not be as well contained as they think, unless they figured out a way to contain it over the ocean. Although, I know we're on the Olympic Peninsula. We did have to ferry over, so I guess, yeah, there's a chance. Plus water would connect to the ocean anyway, so anyway. Number 4. No, this isn't like that hat guy. This is something else. I never see the face, but it's always a figure, a shadow, kind of fuzzy and gray. A bunch of us have all had the same kind of dreams now. We'll be in the forest somewhere, the figure is always beside us, hard to see. It points towards something, and when we wake up, there's always something where it had pointed. In the real-life version of that place. One time it was this nest of stuff like frog spawn. Another time it was the first crawler in the zone. And once it was what was left of Jack. Okay, so I guess that means if we see a shadowy gray guy pointing at something, we go look at where he's pointing, or look in that direction at least. Theories number 5. So there's these things flying around in the zone at night, and I know for a fact they're all robot owls. The thing is, like real owls, they're all mocking us. The reason they put up these big walls, it's because the owls use a kind of infrasound, that low-frequency stuff, and so you don't quite hear it, but it gets into your subconscious. They mock you and you feel bad about yourself, and you walk around feeling like you should have tried harder to be a baseball player, or that you bought the wrong shoes. So those walls block the infrasound. Thing is, it's actually really tragic, because the walls absorb the bad vibes, and then they feel sad about themselves. And then they feel sad themselves. Go on, ask them. I think you should put down the joints, buddy. Because, it's what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting. Speaking of vibes. Alright, SRR meeting minutes. We read number 1. That was the one where it ended with taste testing. Number 2. So that was September 16th, 1949. This one is November 18th, 1949. Agenda. How best to classify and store SRR equipment and journals. Suitable social clubs for meetings that will not exclude Dr. Ophelia Turner. Arising concerns. The SRR lacks formal structure. Country clubs, academies, golf venues, etc. off limits to Dr. Ophelia Turner. It sounds like she's always been a bit of a battle axe. Action items. Dr. Ophelia Turner shall be responsible for storing and maintaining SRR equipment. Dr. Reginald Stanley Robinson shall be responsible for minute-taking and record-keeping. AOB. Local cider tasting, in quotes for some reason, courtesy of Dr. Henry F. W. Mulligan. Oh, it's probably a tasting in that they all got wasted. Reginald Stanley Robinson, hold on. Okay, no. I thought that might have been the guy who was with her husband. Alright, and this is January 15th, 1950. Agenda. Issues arising from Reginald Stanley Robinson's... I don't know why there's commas there, unless that's part of the issue. Issues arising from Reginald Stanley Robinson's minute-taking. Oh. This is my level of petty. Agenda. Issues arising from Reginald Stanley Robinson's minute-taking. correct use of Oxford comma, appropriate levels of alcoholic consumption during versus after SRR meetings, effects of latter upon former. Arising concerns. Dr. Ophelia, Turner articulated a difficulty being heard amongst lively male discussion. That's fair. Dr. Ophelia, Turner presented data detailing number of interruptions by other SRR members. Oh god, she might be insane, but I do kind of love her. I'm gonna share a couple of stories after this because of the time frame that we're dealing with here, which is the 40s and 50s. Action items. Members to raise their hands before speaking during presentations. Open discussion to be mindful of interruption. Reginald Stanley Robinson to catalog all such. AOB. Quote, whiskey tasting courtesy of Dr. Ophelia, Turner. So, I have two of these. So this is the 40s and 50s. This is when women were largely still fighting to be included in scientific arenas. I think, actually... I'm just gonna look up real fast a date. So, like, the late 50s, early 60s, and the two people whose stories I'm about to share with names redacted, would probably be in the... I want to say they were in the 60s time frame. Actually, I have three of these. So this was when women were still largely being trying to be taken seriously as scientists. So one of them is someone that my mom worked with. I think she's a traveling veterinary internist. And I think she's still working. I don't think she's retired. But she's also a family friend. And, when she went to vet school, she was one of the first women, if not, I think it was the first class that allowed women in that vet school. And they would legitimately give them the absolute worst jobs at the worst hours to try to get rid of them. The one that she mentioned specifically is the calving barn at like 4 a.m. Which, if you don't know how obstetrics is done on cows, count yourself lucky. Because I do, and it haunts me sometimes. Let's just say the gloves you wear go up to your shoulder. And other just absolute micro bullshit like that, where they were trying to force them out to keep it being a male-dominated area. Two, my advisor in college is a historic archaeologist, and she went to William and Mary when Ivor Noel Hume, who was regarded as the father of colonial archaeology or historic archaeology in the U.S., was teaching there. And he was very against women being involved in archaeology, despite the fact that women had been involved in archaeology since the beginning of archaeology, largely credited as the wife of the, chief archaeologist. With some exceptions, like the Leakeys, I think, what's her name, was pretty heavily involved, but for the most part, it was still very male-dominated, and women were just, like, the wife of, even if they were actively participating in the dig and knew just as much as the male archaeologist involved. But, the reason given for why he did not think that women should be in archaeology was sorry, I thought I heard something. And this was a quote. I'm trying to see real quick if I can Yes. Yes, I found it. Okay. That their heels would aerate the earth and ruin features. And I can read the whole quote here. Which he wrote this in the 60s. I realize that we live in a time where discrimination can land you in jail, but I must risk it and say that you stand a better chance of taking on an inexperienced male volunteer than a female. Digging is, after all, a masculine occupation, and while more women than men are likely to do well in the pot-washing shed or in the laboratory, shovel-wielding females are not everyday sights in Western society. You know, say that to anyone who grew up on a farm, but whatever. If they are to be useful on a site, and the right women can be splendid excavators, then they must be prepared to be accepted as men, eschewing the traditional rights of their sex. It is vastly time-wasting for men in one area to be constantly hopping up and down to push barrows for women working in another. Besides, it is... I'm going to skip that word because I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it, and that doesn't happen very often. Besides, it is restricting after clouding one's knee with a shovel to have to look around to see if women are in earshot before commenting on it. Which I hope anybody who watches any of my videos has realized that women swear just as much as men do. They just didn't want to pay attention to it. ... Effective archaeology demands complete concentration on the work at hand, and the more feminine the woman, the more lax the concentration. One lady volunteer improperly dressed for the occasion can cause havoc throughout the crew, as well as damaging the ground on which she walks. High heels and low... That's another French word that I'm not sure of, but essentially, revealing clothing are a lethal combination. I don't know if his opinions changed, but judging from how she did not like him and how strongly feminist she is, I have a feeling they probably didn't. So, that was in the 60s in archaeology. And as somebody who's actually done a field school, for one, none of us wore heels. For two, we all swore as much as anybody else. And for three, none of us ever struggled with the wheelbarrows. But so this actually makes sense, and I actually do like that they put this in here, because I thought it was very interesting that we were seeing Oppie being listed as, one, doctor, and two, being a driving force in limb technology in the late 40s, early 50s. Like, for reference, when the thalidomide crisis was happening, and there was one researcher at the FDA that kept thalidomide from being approved in the United States. So any children born with birth defects due to thalidomide, their mothers took thalidomide outside of the US or smuggled it in. I believe there's one case where it was an actress and she actually smuggled it in from, like, Canada or Europe, one of the two. I can't actually remember if it was legal in Canada or not. Anyway, irrelevant. But that was Dr. Frances Kelsey, who recently passed away. Rest in peace. And I actually did when I did Maryland History Day back in, 2006. I'm dating myself. Good Lord. Which was on, something about changing the world. I can't remember what the exact prompt was. I did it on her because she was a female scientist in an era where female scientists were still fighting to be valued as scientists. And, to be fair, in her story, like, one of the other heroes of her story is her boss, who was a man who just kept going, well, she says that you need more research, so you better go do more research. I'm not going to approve it over her head. So, like, shout out to that guy. But they demeaned the ever-loving shit out of her because she was a woman in science when they were trying to get this passed. And because of her, we did not have the proliferation of birth defects caused by thalidomide that, like, Europe did. But they wanted to discredit her so badly as a scientist, and this was in the 60s. 50s and 60s, I believe. So, I like that they are putting this in here because it does actually make it realistic to people who know how hard fought scientific recognition for women is. it feels like, even though we still see elements of it, in some way it does kind of feel like we've moved past that, because largely women are taken seriously in science by other scientists. Not always, but largely. And then, like, you look at archaeology, and I'm pretty sure archaeology is on its way to becoming a female-dominated field, at least judging from the makeup of my particular archaeology classes. Or you're gay. Like, those are the two. No, I'm kidding, but I did know a lot of queer people in there. So, I do like that they're putting this in because it does make it realistic, because I was actually like, I think it's sticks bouncing off the roof. Or the squirrels. One of the two. The squirrels like to use our, the roof that I'm sitting directly under as a racetrack sometimes. And also, we have a tree that drops sticks on it, so I think that's what I'm hearing. Because with my headphones on, I can't tell if it's like somebody coming into the house or not. And if they are, they need to not be doing that, because nobody's supposed to be here except for me. But no, because I was very curious about the time frame that we're talking about, and the fact that Oppie is clearly a woman, and a female scientist at a time where being a female scientist was relatively uncommon still. I believe this was still in the era where people joked that women went to college to get a Mrs. degree. So I'm very glad that they put this in here, because I think this is something, especially if you're a guy, like, no offense to guys, but especially if you're a guy who's never been in academia. I ran into my fair share of misogyny when I was in grad school. And ableism and a lot of other shit. That's a story for another time. So it is still happening in this day and age, because that would have been in 2012 was the first incident that really, the first two incidents really that stick out to me. Possibly early 2013, before I moved to my PhD. Short-lived PhD. I did not successfully get one. For reasons that included the misogyny. And one of my professors there, she had been at that school for, at my PhD, she had been at that school for, oh god, 20 years or so, I want to say, possibly more. No one can fact check me, so it doesn't matter. But, and she was the first tenured professor in the criminal justice department at that school. First female tenured professor in the college department, the criminal justice department at that school. So that's how recent some of this is. So anyway, I've spoken about this for far too long. We still have more readings to get through. But it is a nice touch. I'm glad that they're including it. Because I do feel like people don't think about it in this day and age a lot, because we've become a society where having women in science is less strange. They still get shit, but you know. Alright. The mailman. I think I also repeated myself like 8 times. But anyway. Number 2. Animals are in the tubes again. At first it was possums, which would scuttle in from the forest mailboxes and be violently blasted out at pneumatube operators. Oh my god, could you imagine? You're just minding your own fucking business and a possum just launches out at like Mach 1 velocity. Now it's whole families of skunks. We're guessing they pile into the tubes when it's raining or too cold, and then whoop, they land on a desk at data processing, or ARDA communication central, or in the colonel's in tray. They scurry into a corner and spray when they get spooked, and somehow it's my fault that there are now skunks dashing around every government office in the Olympic exclusion zone. Okay. My last video where I was reading the logs, I forgot about the anomalies that I picked up, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go record a new episode. But, let's see if I remember right. Read that. Crackling crawler, I didn't. Okay. Answer phone message transcript. Hey Jill, so we've been through the latest batch of tests and almost everything is negative. You're right that this thing does respond to ground vibration and clearly senses nearby movement, but beyond that, there's no reaction to any other kind of stimulus. Not light, not sound, not radiation, not any kind of changes in atmosphere. Humidity, nothing. The best I can suggest right now is that its behavior is kind of territorial, often attacking anything it senses is close. Wait, not that I'm saying this thing is displaying intelligence, it's just some kind of chemical reaction. We're still saying that they aren't intelligent, right? And, anyone even begin to figure out what these things might be made of yet? Bolt Buddy. I read that, yeah. Left, right. Yes, sir. We lost total control, sir. Veered off the road and straight into a house full of squatters. 6, sir. It's like something just took control of the truck, screwed it all up, and sent it every which way. No, sir. Only Jackson, who probably has a broken wrist. Everyone else is fine, while all these squatters only seem a little scared. Well, sir, the thing is, we actually think they're foreign. They're dressed kind of strangely. They have hats and flannel shirts. Canadians? But I thought Canada was north of Seattle. Victoria? Who is she? Oh, I see. Well, if we can get a translator on the line, I'm sure we can work that out very fast. I mean French, sir, but I thought the Canadian spoke French. Miller dated a Canadian and she spoke French. Oh, I see. Well, I'll try that now. Hello in there. Are you all right? Hello, do you understand me? We come in peace. Me, American. You, Canadian. Friends. Sir, I think they're unhappy. My God. Okay, wriggling wreck. No, I read that. Can opener, I don't think I read. Can anybody hear us? We're still inside the cabin. One of those things is tearing up the ground outside and it doesn't stop. It went through Baxter like when you walk through tall grass. Like he wasn't there. Oh God, come in. Control. Can you hear us? You have to understand. They escaped containment. The anomalies escaped. They escaped. They all escaped. They all escaped. Ooh. Read that. Okay, so I think those were the only ones that I had picked up that were new. Right. So, with that, I'm going to go in and record again. Alright, so we are going to end it there. Thank you for joining me for more Pacific Drive. If you liked anything you saw, please hit that like, subscribe, or comment button. And I will see you next time for more Pacific Drive. Peace out.